I'm Cal.
And I'm the voice of reason.
And this is the K.A.S.T podcast.
It may look a little different today because obviously it's usually Stam sitting in this seat. But today I've taken a hot seat. And just with regards to, what would you call it? Show business.
Yeah,
the show must go on. And introduce our special guest today.
Yeah, so first things first, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yo, hi everyone, my name's Ken.
AKA.
Well, everyone knows me as London's very own Ken through Instagram.
You got about 10 AKAs.
That's it. Normally it's either London's very own Ken or Ken versus the world. That's like my personal account, but everyone, anytime I get clocked on the streets, oh, you're London's very own Ken. So I was
recognition.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, Ken, good friend of ours, and yeah, London's very own Ken is a prevalent social media channel. But yeah, you're more than that. You're the face behind.
Yeah. I'm the face behind it, the IG account, but more than that, I'd say father, the son, a brother,
the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. In terms of work as well, I think a lot of people know that I'm a firefighter as well here in the capital. Mm. Yeah, man, it's been quite a journey to get there. I'm still writing. Obviously, I'm still writing my story. Mm-hmm. It's been a lot of ups. There's been a lot of downs, but I'm still here, going strong.
Yeah.
Totally hear it, man.
Definitely. Before we get into it, I want to thank you for coming as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
no, I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much for having me, man.
Instagram, big staple. I guess it's helped a lot of people. Suppose you've helped people, and they don't even know what you look like, which is crazy when you think about it. Mm-hmm. Like you've made people laugh. People have shared things and they don't even know it's you behind it. Yeah. Some people do, but no, that's a big thing. To be fair,
mm-hmm. we're gonna get deeper than what just the social media side of things. But I feel like just from a business perspective and how people view social media channels, especially with a big following, there's a perception that everything's okay in that world and everything going on behind the scenes is okay also. So it's just about painting that picture, I guess, of where it actually really is.
I mean, I've been quite fortunate. I mean, how I started off, I was just like, at the time, I was working in retail when I started up my page. I was playing American football at the time as well. Mm-hmm. But I mean, as much as I enjoyed it, I was just like, there's nothing really cool about me. I'm not someone that's going to be out taking pictures of myself and everything. I just that wasn't really me as a person. Even now, that's not really me as a person. As much as I do try and take pictures of myself just to have something to look back at and be like, I was doing this, I was doing that. But
not from a selfie perspective.
No, it wasn't. So then I just thought, you know what, let me just start sharing funny content. And it just took off from there. Basically, grew a following through making people laugh, obviously helping people laugh, and just coming on your page helps me get through the day and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And it was good to know, but at the same time, I'm not a person that tries to have a big ego about that. I try and keep humble. Through gaining that big audience, I got presented with opportunities to work with brands as well, or work with marketing firms as well, to help either help them advertise or help them produce content as well, which was, it was cool. It was a great opportunity, but after a while, I was just like, this is not really me. It wasn't really me. I look at my life, and as much as I say I wouldn't say I'm the smartest, book smart person. I'm not, but me sat behind a desk or me sat in an office, that's not really me. Mm-hmm. I didn't really see that for myself. I like just being active. I like being busy. Even when I worked in retail, I was working in the back, I was working in the warehouse and the shop floor, and it was just, if one side was boring, I'd swap to the other, so I'll get on the shop floor. If the shop floor was boring, I'll go to the warehouse and get work back there.
Yeah. Can you say who or where you worked or not?
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. I worked at Tesco's.
Okay.
Worked at Tesco. Picked them up at the time. Tesco's Kennington, by Oval Cricket Ground.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I worked there about 7.5 years. Probably one of the best, some of the best years, like in terms of just working with great people, meeting people as well. It helped a lot as well in terms of character development for myself, understanding how to speak to people. That whole thing, I know some people speak about it, code switching as well, and just understanding and realizing sometimes that as much as you do want to bring your best self to work, but sometimes you have to think about the environment that you're in and just know your audience sometimes, and just realize as much as you do want to bring how you are, you need to remember that you're interacting with someone. And
100%. Do you feel like there was a lot of masking going on at the time then, if you couldn't be your true self?
I mean, I think, you know, there's a meme of like, once you pass your probationary period, the mask kind of comes off, innit? The mask kind of comes off. It's just like, this is who I am kind of thing now, innit? Like, you can't really, it's not going to be easy to get rid of me. But I think just, for me, just over time anyway, it's just who I am as a person will slowly come out.
Yeah.
Obviously, in the beginning, I come in and it seems like, oh, right, it's quite timid or he's quite quiet. And then those who know me, like, nah, this person is not quiet, man. Trust me, man. If you know who this person is, he's
sleeping giant.
Yeah. And then over time, people get to know me and they get to see like the real me and how I am as a person. And even when I left Tesco's and I worked a year at StockX before becoming a firefighter. Again, it was just a new environment, so kind of knuckled down, kind of just.
You go through the honeymoon period.
Yeah,
basically.
man. You just kind of get into it, and I don't get me wrong. I'd like to think I am a hard worker, so I let my work do the talking, and then just over time, my true personality come out. And those who know me, like, yeah, man, Ken, like you in the warehouse was loud all the time. Like we know when you're in and everything like that. But yeah.
So how did that transition through? So where are you from originally? Area-wise?
So born and raised in Hackney.
Okay.
Which is kind of mad because, I mean, born and raised in Hackney, grew up in Hackney, and I work in Hackney as well. But growing up, I was always saying to myself, I'd never wanted to work in Hackney at all. I'd want to just get out there and just work in different environments, you know, and just work with different people. I didn't want to kind of, and it's no disrespect to anyone, but I just didn't want to just ring fence myself to a particular area. I wanted to just go out because London, as much as everyone says London is small because you run into people, it's still a big area, and just how people interact and everything.
So you wanted to explore a little bit rather than stay in your...
And I look back at it and I'm grateful for it as well. Like where I played American football was deep South London. It was in there.
Where'd you go, Roehampton?
No.
Did you go uni to play or not?
Oh, no. I played at university, but I actually started outside of university first. So I played for a team, they were called London Olympians, and they were based at Crystal Palace.
Okay.
So I played there for 2 seasons, and then I switched over and played for a team. At the time, they were called London Cobras, and then switched to London Warriors. And I played there for a few seasons. Altogether, won 3 national championships. I won a national championship with London Olympians in my first year, and then I won 2 national championships with London Warriors as well. They were based by Selhurst, so by Crystal Palace football ground.
Yeah, fully deep south.
Yeah.
So what got you into American football, and what sort of why are you not doing it now, so to speak?
So my journey started. Do you know what? So I grew up playing normal football, soccer, as some would say, and then I played for a team up the road actually called Cranham Manor Football Club. Met some wicked people. Wicked coaches. There was an international program where they brought over Japanese players to play for a year as well. And then I'd say at that point in my life, I believe God kind of gifted me athletically. I don't think He gifted me in terms of that natural footballer. And I know obviously they talk about hard work and talent, and
you can outweigh it.
I just realised, damn, like as much as it would be a dream to be a professional footballer, I think for most kids who are born and raised in this country, you realise for some it's like, damn, it's not. You just have to be realistic for yourself. And then,
did you play football?
Not really, you know, a little bit, but no. What about you?
Yeah, I played, but I wasn't good.
I
can actually admit I was good, but I wasn't like.
I look back at it and I'm just like, damn, yeah. Like I mean, as much as I wish I was good, I wasn't good.
Yeah, when you actually break it down, you can kick a ball.
Yeah,
you can place a ball. You can all of that stuff. But yeah,
my heart weren't in football for some reason. I'm one of them people that weren't really into football growing up.
Was you into sports though or not?
I did a lot of sports. I went drama school as well.
So
I went drama school, but I did a lot of athletics and and stuff like that.
That's pretty dope, man. I think more and more people are now kind of starting to branch out and branch away from like the everyday norm.
Yeah.
So I think growing up, it was just either music or football kind of thing, or something else. But yeah, I went to City and Islington College, and one of my lecturers, a guy named Mark, I forgot, is it Ansel or Answell? He was into American football, and I think he saw that I was interested in it. So then he's gone away, and he's like, "Oh, I found this team. If you looking to play American football," and I thought, you know what, I've left football, and I just thought, let me just
give it a go.
Let me give it a go. I had a friend who I went secondary school with. He played American football, and I remember one time he invited me down. This is when I was in secondary school to train, and I actually enjoyed it. But I was more focused on football, just normal football. So I was just like, nah, like
it's not a bit of you right now. Yeah.
But then I look back at it, and I'm just like, do you know what? Yeah, man, I did actually enjoy playing the sport. It was wicked, man. I know everyone kind of compares football and rugby in terms of who's the toughest and everything, and each sport is different within its own retrospect. You get some guys who play rugby and they come over to play American football and they realise, damn, it's completely different. But then at the same time, they can bring over the skills from rugby into American football.
What would you say it taught you though? Like from just a characteristic perspective, would you say?
It's pointless losing your head sometimes. You know, like I'll be running on special teams and someone will blindside me. And you get up and you want to go mad, but then it's like, well, why am I trying to fight you? You've got all this protection on. If I really like try and like throw a punch at you, I'm going to end up hitting the helmet, hurting my hand.
Yourself, yeah.
Smart.
And then you're just laughing at me thinking, oh, like you're some idiot, like what's wrong with you kind of thing. And it's just like, you know what, you learn to kind of let your playing do the talking kind of thing.
So kill them with success type of thing.
Yeah, at the end of the day, man, I'd rather just, even if you do blindside me, at the end of the day, look back at the score and just be like, well, hold on a minute. But fair enough, you done that, but you destroyed your team, man.
So would you say it's more of a discipline thing that it sort of implemented?
Yeah, no, it did. It did a lot, man. Because when I made the switch, I was like, what, 18, 19? So, you know, at that age, I think from
proper age.
Yeah, like for most boys that age, you're still a hothead, man. You're still you're learning a lot about yourself and everything. You're like, you're a hothead. And then
so would you recommend like for youth in today's age, because you say that people are transitioning between sports and that, but would you say there's enough that you're aware of access to sports academies or people developing in that?
I think so, and especially I think so, especially now in this day and age where the internet's a lot more prevalent in terms of just
accessible.
It's accessible and everything. Like, whereas back then, when I switched over to American football, it was, what, 2006. Fair enough, the internet was still there, but it weren't really accessible.
Your understanding of how to use it and search for things weren't as much as it is now.
Like I learned, funny enough, I learned how to play the sport through playing Xbox.
Mad.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas now you can actually go and watch a whole YouTube video and it'll break down everything for you.
Yeah, that's mad.
I think, how old's YouTube? I think it was about
2005, no? 2004.
So like 20, 21 years old now.
Yeah.
But at that time, it weren't really popping the way it was, the way it is now.
Yeah. So you've got so much access to things.
Yeah.
TikTok, I'm pretty sure nowadays people want to cook a meal, they go on TikTok.
That's it, man.
Learn anything, you just can find it on TikTok or even Instagram.
Literally.
But yeah, no, I feel that, you know what, even you doing that sport and just having that discipline, and to even say that, I know there's a lot of young people that would, if they get that happen to them or even get fouled in football, it's just a punch up.
Yeah, man. And sometimes you sit back and you just deep it sometimes, and you're like, you know what?
It's not really worth it.
It's not worth it. Even like the whole road rage thing as well. Sometimes I look at it. It's not worth it. You know what? Like someone's cut you up. As long as you haven't damaged my car, you know what? Have the spot. Take the spot.
That's
and then more time and opportunity will arise for you to go around them, and you're just, oh yeah, look what you done.
Yeah. It's mad though, isn't it? When you think about patience. Yeah. Like patience is a big thing that not many people possess. Like it's a skill set in itself.
I think, I don't think you can be taught patience. I think you have to learn a lesson in regards to patience.
No, you do.
I don't think you can tell someone, listen, be patient. I don't think that you have to learn it. Like something has to happen for you to then
You need to understand what
it,
patience actually means.
and the bigger picture. You have to be able to see the bigger picture in certain situations, I feel.
Yeah.
And consequences.
Yeah, I think
Consequences are a big one.
I think that's the one.
Also, I feel in regards to that, like if road rage and stuff, I think a big one is learning from other people's mistakes. So like if someone did this and the consequence was that, then you can be like, all right, cool. That's taught me patience because now I know what can happen if it was to go left or something like that. But just being able to look at all them titles, and then I feel that you'd be able to come to some sort of understanding of patience, I feel.
Yeah, I think so. In terms,
Give me an example where you've had to develop or use that. Don't say the K.A.S.T.
That's a big one. The K.A.S.T is a big one. Patience. I feel it might be just driving in general, going to a location, understanding patience. Because when you think about it, like what you say, you can get angry. Like I used to get angry that there's traffic or someone, the light's changing or it hasn't changed and then it's just changing and it just stopped. It's like, oh, you could have made it or stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
a
like,
big one, man.
To be fair, me shouting and screaming ain't going to get me anywhere quicker unless I run that red light and that's going to put me in more danger. But
What do you think the resolution to that is though? Because that's a byproduct of something else. I'd
say in regards to that, I don't know if I can say this, but word to TFL, check before you travel is one, or plan ahead. Plan ahead. I think you should plan ahead, to be fair, because I can't be mad that I'm now late for my appointment, but I haven't left that in due time.
Yeah.
So it's
I can't
giving
blame other
yourself
people.
more time and
they're just driving normal to the speed limit. But now, because I've left it late, I'm trying to do 45 miles per hour behind them, and it's just not working out.
It's 20 in London anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
20.
Double the speed limit. Hopefully DVLA ain't watching this.
There's still. I'm changed man now, but I'm just saying.
That was in the past. Okay, cool,
in the past I've changed.
So driving, yeah. Cool. What about yourself?
I think for me as well, I'll keep it within driving. I think just knowing your audience as well. So I'm a father, so when I've got my little one in the car, I need to remember to myself that there's someone here. I can't be swearing like a sailor, you know what I'm saying? Effing and blinding and everything like
a sailor.
You know what I'm saying? Because I've got a little one here, and though obviously she knows about swear words and all that stuff, and surprisingly enough as well, just looking at her, though I don't know what happens when she's away from me, whether she swears. I don't think she swears around her mum.
How old's your daughter?
She's 8 years old.
Okay.
But I always think to myself, and I think, damn, at her age, I was swearing a lot, but then it was more to do with the films I was watching. I was watching like a lot of 80s, 90s
Sopranos and
action films and everything like that. So it was like a heavy influence on me. Whereas her, it's like, no, sometimes even if I do say a swear word, she'll correct me. She'll be like, you said a bad word, kind of thing. And I'm like, oh, you know what? Straight away, I apologize. Even nowadays as well, when I'm interacting with adults and I say a swear word, I'm like, sorry for swearing. It's something that I am trying to.
It's manners, though, isn't it?
Yeah, and learn. So I think, just when I am driving and someone does something silly, normally a Nissan Qashqai driver as well, and I want to cuss them out as well. Yeah.
Hey, listen, Nissan, we ain't got nothing against you.
If
ever you want to sponsor us,
sponsor one day.
Yeah.
He didn't mean it.
Sponsored by Qashqai.
Just I hold my tongue sometimes and just. It's important, and I think as well with patience, when you develop patience, you develop the ability to decompress as well. Because obviously, with patience, sometimes you hold on to things, but you do need that outlet as well. I feel that's very, very important for,
100%.
For people to understand.
Yeah. So talking about outlets and decompression, what would you say your outlets are then in day to day? Like if you've had a heavy day or something like that. Like I don't know, the Qashqai guys popped out the blue or something like that.
So when I was younger, it was American football, gym.
Yeah.
But now that I'm older, I'll relax. Like I'll just go home and I'll just relax. Sometimes I'll just lay down or play Xbox or whatever. It's just.
Yeah, I know about the game.
It's just a way to kind of just decompress, just get away a little bit. Ease the mind. It can be heavy sometimes, I think. And funny enough, I was having this conversation with someone, even with therapy, going through, when you go through therapy, I always tell people, think about it like you exercising. You exercise, obviously you get your heart rate up, then you need to bring your heart rate back down again, and you're not really supposed to just walk out the gym. You're supposed to kind of
warm down and
cool down. Like, and you see that a lot, obviously, if you go to like a football match, you see certain, if you actually hang around long enough to see the footballers after the game, some of them are outside, on the pitch, obviously cooling down, and you need to kind of bring your body temperature down. And I think you need to do that for your mind as well. You need that kind of outlet to kind of decompress. And I feel you need to do it in a healthy way, obviously. So obviously going to the gym, boxing, doing something where if you've got pepped up anger, you don't want to take it out on people. You don't, because it's not good, you know.
They end up becoming collateral damage to something that's got nothing to do with them, I guess.
Literally. You don't want to comfort it either.
Yeah, no, that's true as well.
That's
binge eating. That's a big one. That's actually a form of mental health, actually.
Yeah, binge eat or binge drinking.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Or even just talking to people sometimes. So like, so for work, as you don't know, I'm a firefighter. So if I see something, doesn't have to be super catastrophic, but even just something that obviously someone might find triggering. Obviously, having that ability to talk to someone is important, because then it just kind of either helps you see clarity and it clears up your mind, because though you've seen it, it's still quite cloudy in your head, you know, and you're not, at times you might not, though you think you're walking in a straight line, you're probably, you know, that scene in Wolf of Wall Street, how he thought he was driving his Lambo and how he really drove his Lambo. It's basically like, it's like that sometimes, and I think that it's important for people.
Yeah, so.
You mentioned therapy. You mentioned two things that I want to touch on, but you mentioned therapy. What is that something that you've done for a long time, or is that something that's...
I can't. It's something, do you know what? It's something I first got introduced to coming up 7 years. My friend, before I became a firefighter, I was working at StockX. My friend sadly passed away.
Okay.
And through
in
work,
peace.
through work, they brought in a therapist, and then just one by one we sat with her and we spoke. And we kind of, everyone was deeply upset by his passing. His passing was a sudden shock. He also passed away at the workplace as well. So I think that's one thing that kind of caught people off guard. And it helps a lot, just being able to kind of just talk and just reason. And it is something through work as well, through just, I remember I think a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago, actually, I was going through some stuff, personal as well as a bit of work as well. And I put my hands up to my officer in charge, and I was just like, look, listen, I think you need to refer me to the counselling and trauma team. He did. And for a couple of weeks, I spoke with someone, and it helped me kind of ease the pressure, this invisible pressure that was on me, that I felt on myself. And they helped me a lot. So yeah, no, therapy, it helps a lot. Like, as much as some people are like, oh no, I don't think it works. It works.
Because there's a stigma around it, even though we talk about it a lot on the show.
Yeah,
there is still a stigma that I'm aware of, that people sort of not frown upon it, but they're like, does it really help? And
yeah, sometimes I look and I just think to myself, sometimes with people, they're a bit, I want to say afraid, but they're a bit wary about opening up, because for them, obviously, is vulnerability, but it's one of two things, or how I face it is one of two things. Is either them facing whatever the issue is, or it's just them kind of sharing whatever the issue is for them. Like, some people just don't want to talk.
Don't want to be vulnerable.
At all. They don't want to share. And you know, it's actually, thirdly, even some people just think, me sharing it to you, fair enough, I've shared it, but the problem's still there.
Yeah.
You know,
because I don't think they're aware of like the tools and the coping mechanisms, or what they can be given to help them in that cert, because they whatever they've done is not helping. And sometimes they may not, if they aren't aware of what actually goes on in therapy, I haven't done research, then they might just think, yeah, I'm just talking about it, I've spoken about it, I still feel the same. But truth is, they're going to help you and obviously give you advice on what to do to make they won't make the problem go, but they can make it more
Clearer.
bearable and give you a better understanding as to why and the triggers and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, especially if the person is free and impartial, it's just a neutral, and it's not someone that's gonna what's the word? How would I say? Just kind of confirm whatever it is that you're thinking in your head. Sometimes it's just good to have a neutral person. They might see things from a different perspective. You're seeing it as just a square, but they're seeing it as a cube.
You see the bigger picture because they're not in that situation.
Yeah. And then just through them investigating.
That's actually a good phrase. People see it as a square and it's actually a cube. There's more sides to it.
Just by having that conversation with them, they're looking at it from the side. You're like, oh damn, like there is more to it than just looking at it just dead straight ahead. So
you said that you approached work a little while ago. Do you feel like that's something that's readily available for most people in, like, I would say maybe a corporate, if we focus on a corporate environment?
I don't know. I think it just depends on the business. If it's, I can only assume if it's a multinational business. I'm assuming some form of therapy must be provided, whether it's done.
As far as I know, I asked that because I just wanted to understand your understanding of it. But I am aware that most environments that have a HR department do offer that, and that should be part and parcel of the business structure.
Yeah.
And again, it all depends on what type of business you're in and industry you're in. But
it also depends because obviously some people, and they're just the way they view, and it's no disrespect to anyone that does HR or anything like that, but obviously the way some people view HR, if asked to present, the way they say it is like, if asked to present my problems to HR, go through the counselling trauma, now it's on record.
So it puts you in a predicament.
Yeah. So now it starts affecting my work and everything like that.
Especially if you get made like sick or something like that, and you have to be off for some time, then you don't want it. If you was to move on to another job, you don't want it when, I don't know, when you're getting a reference and then say,
having that attachment to
your sickness
But that's a great the fact that we've stumbled across this is good, because there's probably many people out there that are in an industry where they may be judged based on their condition or what they're thinking. And that's why many people may shy away from it, because I worked in many different industries. And I'm very much aware. I've worked in managerial roles and like frontline roles. And for me, I'm very much aware of how things can be taken and how it can affect your file and so on and so forth. So that may be another reason as to why people shy away from it or don't necessarily talk as much or use that channel.
It's true. It could also be down to confidentiality, because everyone speaks. As we know, within something's happened to someone, and for some reason everyone knows, and they're like, just don't tell them. But everyone knows, so it might be confidentiality. So you think, you know what, that happened to him, and he was off with stress, and they're talking about it in the staff room. No, I ain't saying that because I don't want him to talk about me. So it's the pressure of not wanting to speak out or be judged by other people.
No, that's true. No, I fully hear you from that perspective. I think nowadays a lot more people are equipped to.
It's more accepted.
Yeah, it is, and I think just looking back at it, when you look back at certain times nowadays, we recognise that people are neurodivergent. So when you talk about, if you was to mention that 20 years ago, they'd have been like, what the hell, like. Or it might have been something that was around, but it wasn't fully accessible as it is right now.
It just wasn't understood either. Lack of awareness. It's mad. I think just talking about firefighting as well, because I feel like I want to touch on that a bit more, because just the type of industry that it is, I'm sure it faces its challenges in terms of your experiences and what you stumble across. So is there anything that you can tell us, maybe not going too deep into it, but in terms of some incidents or situations that you've been involved in? Some light-hearted ones also, but just how it has an effect on yourself as an individual.
So, like, getting into the job, I knew within myself that I was going to see something catastrophic. I knew I was going to see something. I knew I was going to see bad things. You say that to yourself, but at the same time, they say it to yourself, and then there's actually seeing it, and you're like, oh. So seeing my first burnt body, that was a lot, because you see through film and everything, you see it, but to see it, and then you're not just seeing it, you're smelling burnt skin as well. You know, it's a bit different. It's a bit more raw. just even catastrophic injuries as well. Is you kind of just get on with it though. I think in that moment you just get on with it, and then afterwards you deal with it. But I do remember 2022, like just that year alone was just absolutely just hectic in terms of injuries to members of the public, and just the volumes of shouts as well that I went on, from like the windiest day of the year, or I think that the windiest day like recorded to the hottest day recorded, going to I remember going to an explosion in Bethnal Green.
What was that, on the opposite the McDonald's? That might have been earlier on, more than
No, yeah.
That one for that, yeah, no.
No, the whole building was on burnt down, innit?
No, this one was, I don't want to mention, it's more towards Brick Lane,
Okay,
but it was an explosion, and going up in there, me and my BA partner, we was the first ones up there, but it took a whole team of us to basically clear the way, because it was an explosion. The way it happened, the front door blew out, and the kitchen door blew towards the front door and kind of was blocking just everything. So I've had to clear the way. More crews have come up. We managed to pull out an individual. There was a guy outside as well with a hose, shooting water into the building as well. And he did a lot to kind of help mitigate that actual situation as well, and just make it easy for us to kind of carry out our rescue. That year I went to my first one under, but it was under a bus as well. That was a lot.
What's that mean? What does one under mean?
So one under basically means someone who unfortunately gets caught, crushed, like either run over by a train, bus, but this happened to be a bus. And just dealing with that situation as well, and just the dynamic, because obviously it's happened and we've gone into rescue, but then because she's been confirmed that she's passed, it switches to a recovery, and just having to just deal with that situation as well.
So how do you just based on some of those examples, that's quite like, yeah, graphic to an extent, I feel like, but people have seen this in movies and we all know like these type of things happen. Yeah. How I think it's taken for granted, first of all, like I commend you and anybody that's in the services, because I feel like it's taken for granted that just calling 999 or you hearing sirens behind you, or an ambulance or police car, fire engine going past you, you just don't think nothing of it. Do you know what I mean? But the fact of the matter is, you were probably going to a scene that is going to be something that is like it's out of a movie, and that's your day to day, pretty much.
I mean, it is a roll of the dice kind of thing. I mean, like when we report for duty, you don't know what's going to happen. So, but I'm thankful for the training that I've had. I'm thankful for the people that I've had in terms of mentors to help me prepare
for what to expect.
For what to expect as well, and just how to handle it as well. So I think it's one thing for it to happen, but then it's also how you handle the situation. I think for our jobs, whether you're a firefighter, paramedic, police officer, there's a job that needs to be done. Like, no matter what, you turn up to something and you think, flipping out. But then at the same time, the job needs to get done, you know, and you kind of, that ability to just switch and kind of just turn off and just go into that mode to be able to just sort out the situation, whether it's rescue people and rescue as many people as you possibly can without putting your life in danger, and then allowing people who are better equipped to obviously carry out the more technical rescues. But yeah, no.
So with that said, I think just my thought process goes into, if someone experiences someone, I mean, it happens again day to day, someone getting stabbed, that's quite common to hear nowadays, yeah? Someone who's witnessed that, it's definitely going to leave some kind of trauma on them.
Yeah, 100%.
And whether it's them being stabbed or whether them seeing blood or whatever transpires in that incident. But with yourself, do you feel like it's something that will have traumatic repercussions further down the line, or is it something that because you've been trained to deal with it, how do you feel like that's going to have an effect on you, or does it have an effect on you?
Right now it doesn't, but at the same time, I don't know what the future may hold. I might go to something one day and see something simple, and it's just that one simple thing that just triggers me. I am we're fortunate to have a good counselling and trauma team. If it is something, I always say anyway that obviously if it is something catastrophic and you do get offered help, just accept it. Because over time, it's like Jenga, innit? You're constantly building the blocks and you feel like you're strong to handle it, and it's just getting taller and taller, and all of a sudden it comes crashing down, you know, and you don't want to have that moment, especially if you're on duty or in the moment of doing something. You don't want to have it. That's probably, in my opinion, one of the worst times to have it is have that breakdown moment, and you're carrying out a rescue. Someone's relying on you to rescue them, and you're having that breakdown moment.
It's a lot of pressure, though.
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
No, that's good.
No, yeah. So I feel like when it is offered, take it. You know, do have it. It's me saying it's no judgment on anyone. It's at the end of the day, we're humans. You know, and it's a lot to take on. You know, it really is. Actually, seeing someone who's had catastrophic injury, or to see death, to see someone who's passed, it's a lot to take on. So when you do get offered a chance to kind of alleviate a bit of that unresolved pressure, I'd say, just because you see it and it gets logged, but you can't just keep on logging it. You need a way to kind of vent it out. You do. It's important. You have to.
Do you feel like there's a disconnect though? Because if, let's say, we hear something on the news or we see something on social media, there's a disconnect as much as it affects us by understanding the impact what's happened to somebody.
Yeah.
Because they're far removed from us, I guess. It has a different type of impact, and there would be a disconnect in that sense, or?
Yeah, sometimes, especially if there's no connection to the person, sometimes I feel like people forget that that's a human being right there. But in their mind, I don't know that person, so it's not going to affect me. It's like, mate, like you need to kind of understand that. Fair enough.
You need to register what's actually taking place.
Yeah, man, you do, man. Like sometimes we will turn up to like an incident and you've got people recording, and it's like, yo, like you don't know what's up. Like,
You mean like public members of public?
Yeah, and you're just like, what? Because it's not a member of your circle, you're just gonna record them. You know, and I feel like it bothers me a lot. For me, I keep a level of professionalism. I tell people move along. I don't
kick up a fuss.
I try and just move them along. But inside, it does bother me because it's like I don't even know how to describe it. Do I say you're taking away someone's human right or not? I don't think it is, but at the same time, it's like you're minimizing that person. I think that's the best way to kind of describe it. To just your entertainment, because you're recording that person. What are you going to do? Put it on TikTok? You're going to put it on Twitter or Instagram?
Yeah, so that's a big,
or share it on WhatsApp. Like, what are you going to do with this? Why are you recording? Why are you doing that? You know.
But that's the thing. Even just like transferring the conversation from social media to the life that you live and back to social media now. That's a big thing. What people thrive off of.
Yeah,
like other people's misfortune and whatever the case may be.
Just to say, I was there, and it's like, okay, like.
So you'll probably be the right person to ask this because you've run a prevalent social media channel yourself.
Yeah.
What's your views on maybe I don't know? Yeah, what's your views on just the types of channels that are out there and just the type of content that's circulating just in general? Like, do you feel like social media is a good place, a bad place, like pros and cons? Because this is going to be on social media as well. Do you know what I mean? So it's
it's
on the good place.
I think it's a bit hard. It's half and half, really and truly. I mean, nowadays the information just get it there and then. You have access to a lot of information very, very quickly. At the same time, people have access to information very, very much quickly in it. So obviously, if you do something good, it's up there straight away. Also, if you do something bad or something bad happens, it's up there very, very quickly as well. The whole thing about a digital footprint, as one person gets it, another two behind are getting it, and then they're spreading it, and it's spreading like wildfire. In terms of the content, it is.
Do you feel like it's regulated enough?
No, it's not. Hell no. All the whole. Obviously, I think when they were developing this whole thing with algorithms and people, whatever interests you, it's like they feel like they hit the nail on the head. But obviously, if you're constantly watching bad stuff, it doesn't. It's just going to consistently come, and that's just the algorithm just doing its magic, working its magic. And in one way, it's a good thing, and in one way, it's a bad thing. Innit? So if you're constantly consuming good stuff, that's great, because as soon as you open your app, you're consuming good things. But then if you're constantly consuming negative things, as soon as you open your app, it's just negative.
It's mad, isn't it?
But then also, as well, if you're constantly consuming stuff from social media, you forget about what's happening in the real world as well.
I feel like in regards to social media, I think I mentioned it before. So if you are consuming negative stuff all the time, your mind starts to believe that stuff that you're basically being shown, in it. So the algorithms, it can be positive, but it can also be negative. I feel like.
I think it's balanced though. Like even now, my phone's popping and it consumes you sometimes. And I think it's balance of how you use your devices, because whether it's, I don't know, it could be relationship advice, it could be music, it could be sports, or it could be watching someone cook in a far away country. There's so many different things that are out there. It's a minefield of good, positive,
and I suppose it depends how you take it, because some negative things people can see as positive in certain things. Like sometimes, like them posts where it says you need to be up at this time and you have to stick to all these, I want to go sleep at 8 and wake up at this time and the market opens. Some people might see that as motivation, where they might be resilient to something, but some people might feel under pressured and they might not be as resilient, and that might stress them out.
So facts.
It's all different. Like it could be negative to someone and positive to another.
Facts. I think, listen, we can go on and on about social media, but more about you, Ken. I think there's stuff that obviously I've observed just even on your socials, and I know you anyway in general, something that's impacted, and I feel like that would have probably had an effect on how you are on socials in general, maybe on your work. It's like your personal, do you know what I mean? And obviously you put it out there, so is it something you would like to talk about? Or
no, we can't 100% talk about it. Just so I think this time last year, my sister, she was still around, but she wasn't in the best of ways. Unfortunately, last year, February, she passed away from cancer, from ovarian cancer. It was tough. It was a tough pill to swallow. It's weird how work is not involved. Work that it's not involved in it, but it was weird in terms of when she first got diagnosed with cancer. I was at work. When she passed away, though I was at work, I was actually making my way in, and I wasn't told on the phone that she had passed. It was only when I walked into the room and saw she had passed that I realised she had passed. But I was still in my work uniform anyway, because I reported to work that morning. But it's first and foremost, I look at it and I think,
first of all, condolences, apologies.
No, I appreciate that, man. Even now, I still think about it. It's a tough pill to swallow. I look at it and I just think, you get diagnosed with cancer, that in itself is a tough pill to swallow alone. Like, I don't know what is going through people's minds when you, sorry, my belly's rumbling, when you first get diagnosed, and then you go through the process and you think you're in the clear, and then a couple of months down the line, you take a turn for the worse, and they turn around and they say, unfortunately, there's not really much we can do but get you comfortable. And then you hear that and you think, You know, you think to yourself, now you're being told that you're going to die soon. That, you're like, damn, like, what is going through your mind? Like, through that. And it was a lot. Like,
so was it something that you spoke to your sister about during her course and everything?
so when she got diagnosed with it, it seemed as if the wheels were in motion in terms of how to kind of get her better and everything like that. So she went and she had an operation and everything, and then we was given options in terms of, the operation was successful. These are the options that are available to her in terms of recovery and everything like that. So we thought we was all right, like in, do I dare say, home straight kind of thing. And then around the Christmas period of 2024, remember it was on Christmas Day actually, she was complaining about stomach aches, saying it was like she was in deep pain to the point she was like, Ken, like, I can't sleep. So I've highlighted it to my mum. The next day, Boxing Day, same thing again. Just she was upstairs, just laying down. And then I think my mum, she made a decision. She's like, "No, we're going to hospital." So I've had to take them to hospital. And then the following day, she's had the emergency operation, and then that's when like the information's kind of come out that cancer's come back, it's spread. And then I think over the coming few days, that's when it kind of just, everything kind of just unwound itself. And
so that period of time, obviously Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's, obviously is a time that is impactful for you, I guess.
No, it was a lot, especially like seeing in 2025, going into the new year, and your sister's not here, she's laid up in hospital. That was a lot, man. That hurt a lot. We was fortunate because where we were, in this case, in terms of where we lived and where the hospital was, where she was, it was walking distance. Yeah. So my mum and my sisters were up there near enough every day. Every day there was someone with her. Yeah. I was visiting as much as I can as well. And it was a lot. And I just remember, I still remember it to this day. I remember there was a time when she was in hospital and she looked at me. She didn't say nothing. We didn't say nothing to each other. Like, it's not like there was any animosity, but she just looked at me. And the way she looked at me, it was as if she was saying like, "Sorry, I'm putting you sort through this." That hurt a lot, man, seeing that hurt. There was a couple of moments during that thing where I was hit heavy. I was hit heavy with it. I think one of them, I know, I wasn't there, I was at work, but my sisters were speaking to a consultant, and then they've highlighted to the consultant, I think one of the things that my sister Jennifer is concerned about is my daughter Evangeline not being able to watch her grow up. So when they were kind of talking about treatment plans and just seeing, can we just do chemotherapy and you know what?
Extending life effectively.
Yeah, but big up to the consultant because he kind of laid it all out, and he kind of explained as much as you have cancer, chemotherapy, as much as that's the treatment. The way, and I've still got the voice note on my phone, but obviously I don't. This is between the voice note is between me and the family. But the way he explained it was, he was like, "This is a poison," and I think the way someone described it is like scorching. It's like having a forest fire just to get rid of a few leaves, and it's not to diminish anyone with cancer because obviously I know it can be big, small, and it can affect them in different ways. But just the way they kind of explained it was setting fire to a forest
as in chemotherapy. Yeah,
because chemotherapy basically scorches the earth. Basically, kills the cells, and obviously for you, it wants to kill the cancer cells, but obviously it kills other cells as well. That's why people react to it differently as well. And he was explaining how some people pass away just from chemo. No, it's not even the cancer that kills them; it's the chemo. And I'm like, damn. And if you're not strong enough to handle it,
there's a lack of awareness for that even as well, isn't it?
But also, if obviously I know this is going to go out there. So if anyone, I'm not an expert on it. Obviously,
this is your personal experience.
Yeah, but so if there is any misinformation that I've said, like, I don't mean to. Like,
of course. It's I think I think just naturally, in terms of anything from a medical background, there is trained medics for this and train people in that field. So naturally seek help and advice from your doctors and everything.
Yeah,
it's just more so.
But I think that's the one that hurt as well, was just the fact that she said that she's not going to be able to physically see my daughter grow up, physically see any future children, nieces and nephews. Yeah, man.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
And this is the thing where it's, when it's something as direct as your family and that close, no matter what you see on your day-to-day at work, it's completely different, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is.
Naturally, it would be because of the connection, but you can switch some things off and some things you can't control, you know? So,
we spoke, I mean, like, we spoke about it, and I spoke about, I think, on the day that she passed, seeing her, she looked peaceful, so I just assumed, in my head, seeing her, she was just in a very, very deep sleep. But then going to see that final viewing before the funeral and just having that conversation I was at war with myself at the same time, just whether or not I wanted to. I was just like, I know that from when I first saw her when she passed to now, how she looks is going to be completely different. I don't want that last image of her to be
your final memory.
Of her. And I remember again having that conversation with a friend of mine whose father, he passed away from cancer, and he was like, I didn't go to the final viewing because I didn't want that to be
the last.
That last memory of him, and you know what I'm saying? I respect that.
What do you know any like factual analytics with regards to like cancer and what the percentage is? Because it's a common thing, isn't it? Like, that's one of the most common illnesses.
Is it 1 in 4? 1 in 4. I could be wrong.
We're not all born with cancer, but it's something that triggers.
That's what I've been led to believe as well.
Just a quick one. So in regards to your story, so sorry for your loss. You was going to work all along. That was happening.
Yeah, but so work wasn't. I was fortunate. Work was incredibly supportive.
Yeah. So
I had conversations with my direct officer in charge, so my line manager, also my station manager, and also borough commander as well. In terms of, at the time when we thought we was on that home straight, in terms of my sister going through chemotherapy and kind of recovering from cancer, was having discussions about just, obviously, if it affected days when I was on duty, just having just having that excuse to leave, or having some sort of something in place to basically give me the ability to go tend to my sister, whether it's putting in a special leave or if I've got leave available, and there is a allocation to put it in, actually putting it in to go and tend to my sister. But yeah, like I always said, I again, just on the day it happened, I was actually getting ready to go on duty my first shift, and obviously my mum, she's messaged me, or she sent me a voice note. She's just like, look, listen, I don't know what you're doing. I know you're at work, but just if you can get here as quickly as you can to the hospice, your sister, I don't think she's in a good place. Spoke to my, I've waited because I thought my line manager was on the truck with the previous shift pattern, who was on duty, and they've gone out on a shout. So I've chilled for a bit. Then I realised he was upstairs. So I've gone upstairs and I've kind of spoken to him. I said, "This is the situation." He's like, "Get out of here straight away." So I've kind of just closed up all my lockers. I've left my car at work, taken a bus to the hospice. But I was very fortunate in terms of just that supportiveness from work and from my watch as well.
Yeah, even acknowledgement. It just shows that people in this life, people can be going through anything. Like for you, for example, and you're still at work and you're basically being a hero, as well as dealing with stuff in your personal life. So it's just awareness, and kind of ties into patience. So in regards to other people, in regards to being patient, because you actually don't know what someone may actually be dealing with in their life. So that kind of ties into patience, really.
Yeah, you know what? Again, just in terms of just work, sometimes when I'm at work, obviously I'm thinking about my sister. But then when that shout comes through, my brain switches and it's now kind of task focused, and it's just knock out whatever shout it is. So if I'm driving, definitely I need to like drive. I have to drive the appliance with a clear mind. I don't.
You drive fire in like the trucks, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I drive as well. So if I'm on the back as well, you need to have a clear mind. So if you're going to a fire, you can't be. And I just, it's not to say that I forget about her, but it's just
Head in the game.
I need to have my head in the game, you know, because if I'm going into a fire, I'm going in with someone else. I'm trusting them with my life. They're trusting me with their life, you know. So it's one of the things where you don't want to be having.
There's so many layers to it.
You don't want to have a clouded mind or lapse in judgment, because it can prove to be costly, innit?
So what are some of the ways that, and obviously we're approaching your sister's anniversary.
Yeah.
So what are some of the ways that you've helped yourself, helped your family, I guess, going through what you've been through over the last year?
I think this passing, it was a lot. It was the first time I saw my dad cry. I remember seeing him cry. That was a shock to the system. Like at the time, 37 years of my life, never see my dad cry. Seeing him cry, my daughter seeing him cry as well. It was, for me, I've got a dark sense of humour. Again, we've had this conversation about it, and I remember when he was going through that moment. I remember the previous day I had a conversation with my old American football coach, and he's a firefighter as well. And I remember talking to him on the phone, and I broke down and I was crying on the phone. And he was kind of like, "Yeah, black man, cry." And I'm just there, I'm pulling my eyes out. Yeah. So then, when I was with my dad the following day, I did the same thing. He started crying. I was just like, "Yeah, man, dad." I was like, "Yeah, man, cry, man, let it all out, man." And he let it all out. Yeah. And then I've looked up and I've looked at my daughter. My daughter was just like, "Yo, like this guy is like, is he gonna be all right? Is your boy gonna be all right?" And definitely talking about it. You don't have to tell the whole world. I think just through my Instagram, obviously, I've just shed a bit of light into what has happened and everything like that. And I felt it was good. I think it was a good opportunity to kind of just let people know, like, people are going through things.
Awareness.
Yeah, and just kind of raise awareness. And then also, I think through that, like the first video that I put out, people contacted me, offering support. And then at the same time, some people contacted me and they were like, I'm going through this, whether it's them directly or family or friends. And it was just a chance to kind of just
connect on a neutral ground. Yeah,
just it was good. With family as well, just being supportive, you know, just whatever it is, whether it's sitting down and talking. I think out of everyone, I think me and my dad are like the more hard-headed people sometimes in terms of talking, but we do offer up to my sisters, my mum, close relatives as well, just that opportunity to talk. Work, again, and I keep on referring it back to work, but I've been incredibly lucky in terms of my watch at my station have been supportive. My friends as well, that I've known for a long time, they've been supportive. So in terms of just having conversations with them about things and just checking in on one another, and it might not, you check in and you just see how people are, and you just make sure that they're good. So one of my videos, I remember seeing a video on Instagram about someone saying like, "Are you all right?" But it's not just, "Are you all right?" It's like, no. Are you all right? Me asking you, "Are you all right?" is me making sure, like, I don't want to hear, "Yeah, I'm all right, I'm going through it." No. Like, "Are you all right? Talk to me. What's up? Like, what's going through your mind?" Like, get it. Sometimes you need to kind of decompress and alleviate that pressure that you've got on yourself.
Thank you for everything that we spoke on today.
Thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it.
No, we appreciate you being so open, to be fair, because you've touched on some personal scenarios, your opinion on a few things, which is welcome here also, and you've just been open. You've been an open book, which we respect and we're thankful for. So that's what this is all about, isn't it?
Definitely helped people as well. And on that note, I'm Cal.
I'm the voice of reason.
And this is the K.A.S.T podcast.
Yep, this is
Ken.
Ken again. But yeah, no, thank you. And I hope if there's anyone that's taken anything from this and they're going through anything, similar scenarios, feel free to reach out. And yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, do everything you've been doing. We appreciate the support.
Yeah, more to come.
Much more to come. Thank you.